What's going on, guys? It's time for another overseas adventure. This time, we're heading back across the Pacific. Adam Wickens is probably in the air right now. I'm packed up. I'm just about ready to leave Minnesota. So I am all packed up. This is my camera gear. I've got about 4 or 5 cameras in there, plus a bunch of other camera goodies. Down there, I have got my suitcase with about 4 or 5 Rattle-On shirts in it, a change of undies, and, well, more camera gear. Looks like I've got a vacuum before I leave. All right, Aries, you're in charge to make sure that everybody has food and water. Are you listening? Aries, listen.
I'm Dāv Kaufman, and these are my Reptile Adventures. Zilla has everything you need for your reptile pets, from caging to lighting and everything in between. To see their entire catalog and find out where you can get Zilla products near you, visit zillarules.com.
All right, so here's the plan. I'm taking off from here at the Minneapolis airport. Adam is taking off at the same time from the Toronto airport. His flight was 2 hours delayed. But we're meeting here at LAX. Adam hasn't even landed yet. We've got an hour and a half to check in, check our bags, or they're not going to let us on this next flight. And we've got to find out where to do that yet. And Adam is probably still in the air right now, or he's just landed. We are cutting this really close. All right, so obviously I found Adam. You look at this. You didn't pack anything. Is that your luggage?
It's my luggage.
That's all you brought for 3 weeks.
That's all I brought for 3 weeks. I'm really small, so if you shop at Baby Gap and have baby-sized feet, then it just all fits in one small bag.
Makes sense to me. All right, so that's our plane right there. Obviously, we made it to the gate within like 5 minutes of boarding that thing. Whew, man, did we cut this close. But our next stop is Taipei, Taiwan, where after 14 hours, we have just landed. They still mandate these here, but do you have one on? No, I'm not gonna wear them. It's 2022.
It's over.
It's over. It's done. It's now done. They will fine you for not wearing one, so I'm playing very dangerously here.
I'm so glad you're gonna pay for my fine.
I am. But the fine that I understand, it's like 25 cents American, whatever.
So it's $100 Canadian.
That's right.
No, it was fun. I think we should spend another like 3.5 hours on the plane, because I haven't had enough yet today. What do you think?
I think so, because we've got one more flight. And there it is right there. One more stop for today. And then tomorrow, we're back on another flight. So we made it to Bangkok. Late last night, we had about 12 hours here, just enough time to check into a hotel, get some sleep, get a shower. Didn't help. We're back to stinking. But we are back at the airport. We've got one more flight until we reach our final destination for the next week anyway, and then we're right back here to Bangkok. But I just want to break into this real quick. There was a tragedy that happened on our flight from Los Angeles to Taipei. We're just getting more details about it now, and I'm going to go into that a little later on. But it is 4 o'clock in the morning. We're at the airport. We've got one more flight. And then we get to Bali, where we're going to be here for the next 5 days. It's funny, at this airport, everybody thinks our name is Taxi.
It's true. Oh, I go by Taxi.
It's weird. It's very weird.
That's what they called me in high school.
That's right. But we're going to show you a little glimpse of everything that's coming up on my channel and this guy's channel as well.
I'm starting a reptile channel. It's called Wickens Wicked Reptiles. You should subscribe.
Dude, you should start that.
You should subscribe.
And then here in Bali, while looking for king cobras, we found this guy. That is an Indo-Chinese spitting cobra. And the reason I have my sunglasses on, because he is spraying venom at us, and it's gonna go right in our eyes if I didn't have my glasses on. Oh, look at that beauty. And then, deep in the jungles of Bali, I'm with this amazing crew, and we just found a king cobra sitting on a nest. Guys, this is beyond a dream come true. To be out here with this amazing crew and actually feel my first wild king cobra. Not only, whoa, man, this is exhilarating. This is exciting. My heart is going a million miles an hour. And in Bali, it rained a lot. You know, we planned this trip for this time of year, which is the end of October into the beginning of November, because it's the end of the rainy season in Thailand. Here in Bali, we are in the southern hemisphere, which means that it's just the beginning of the rainy season here. So we're running around trying to film everything. Adam's filming for his channel. I'm filming for both Strange Adventures and of course Reptile Adventures. And we are getting rained out almost every single day, and it's torrential. So Adam, what do you think about the rainy season in Bali?
I think it's rainy, Dave.
It's very rainy.
I think it's rainy. I think it's very wet. There's a lot of moisture in the air. It's very moist.
Moist. Let's say that one more time, just because it's an awesome word.
Moist.
Moist.
There's a lot of moisture in the air.
Moisture. So one of the days here in Bali, during the torrential rain that happened almost every day here in Bali, we came here to this monkey temple. And I filmed an episode for Strange Adventures, which is my new channel. The link is below if you'd like to subscribe to that. But look at these monkeys. How's it going, buddy? Dude, I gotta say, you have the most awesome mohawk I've ever seen. Keep punk alive, dude. And no trip to Bali, Indonesia would be complete without a tour of the Bali Reptile Park. So this is Ayala, very shy girl who has been our tour guide for this entire trip in Bali, Indonesia. Seriously, thank you so much. She has been helping us film. She has been helping us guide us. Is that a thing?
I guess.
No, you have been an amazing guide, and we thank you so much. Yes, I'm walking backwards.
You're welcome.
And I'm multi-talented. I can film and walk backwards at the same time
spotted it.
without crashing into anything. We also went herping in this abandoned amusement park, which is so cool. And we found a ton of stuff that lives here in this abandoned amusement park here in Bali. I'm telling you, herping Indonesia, especially here in Bali, is a dream come true. Finding white-lipped vipers like this in an abandoned amusement park, man, that's even better. So our time in Bali has come to an end. We were here for 5 days. I gotta say, in all my world travels, this country is one of the most incredible places I've ever been. And this island of Bali is absolutely magical. The culture, the people.
Hi there. Everything's big.
The reptiles, everything about it was just amazing. We found our first king cobra in the wild, crates, white-lipped tree vipers. What was your favorite part?
Every night when you went to bed, that was my favorite part. I think that wolf snake was really cool that we saw.
The wolf snake was awesome.
In the abandoned amusement park, but definitely I think the hotel was probably the coolest thing.
The hotel?
The abandoned hotel. The abandoned resort.
Oh, yes. The Ghost Palace.
Yes, the Ghost Palace, yes.
Yes, and filmed that for Strange Adventures. You filmed that for your new channel.
Yes, so new channel, which doesn't have a name yet, informal history maybe, we'll see. But either way, I thought it was really cool to go see these abandoned places and then we finding
for sure
the reptiles in the abandoned places. So all together it was an amazing trip, and you're gonna come back too, right?
Yeah, I'd definitely be back to this island for sure. But now we're about to board our plane to go back to Bangkok, and we've got a lot more of this trip. This is gonna be awesome. I love Bangkok. I don't know if I love Bangkok more than Bali. I think it's probably equal. There's a lot of reptiles and a lot of cool stuff to see in Thailand. We are boarding our plane right now. All right, we're all the way back in the nosebleed seats here. 29, D, E, and I guess F. That's where we're gonna sit for the next 5 hours. You got enough leg room there?
Feels good, man.
Yeah, you good?
How are you feeling?
Not so good.
Looks rough.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's pretty rough.
Even for the guy in front of you.
I know, right? Poor guy. So back in Bangkok, I took Adam to one of my favorite city parks in the world. This is Lumpini Park, right in the middle of downtown Bangkok. I filmed here before. I'm filming another video here. This is my favorite park in the world because this park is overrun by giant Asian water monitors. I mean, look at this. I'm just sitting here right by the edge of this lake, and this water monitor is crawling out of the water and coming right up to us. There's a reason I love this park. And that's what he thinks of Adam.
That was awfully rude, sir.
Everyone's a critic. And while we're in Bangkok, we got a tour of this place, the Queen Sawapa Memorial Snake Farm, the coolest snake farm in Thailand. Are you ready to go in and see some snakes?
Oh, there's snakes here?
There's snakes here.
Okay, let's go.
So one night in Bangkok, it gives me an idea for a song. But anyway, we came to this place, the Cobra Temple. And this is a place not only where they revere snakes and pray to snakes,
They also feed snakes, and right outside this window right now is a huge monocled cobra and a huge reticulated python that's eating the offerings from the practitioners at this temple. And look at this, the practitioners bring eggs and chicken and all sorts of things that they feed the pythons and the cobras right out here. This place is insane. And it's all thanks to this guy right here. This is Chris Sweet. We hung out here 2 years ago when I was in town. We just did a bunch of herping, found a ton, and I mean a ton, of herps within a mile radius, like right here in downtown Bangkok. It was just absolutely crazy. Chris, thank you so much for just an awesome night. Adam, is this the most insane place you've ever seen?
It's the most insane place, and to do this on Halloween is just a different thing altogether, especially that close to a highway with Chris Sweet, with Dāv Kaufman. This is like the coolest night ever.
I forgot it was Halloween night.
It's Halloween night.
Yeah. Anybody got candy around here? And also in Thailand, we got these guys. That is a flying dragon. These guys don't actually fly, but they do glide really far from tree to tree. These are one of my favorite lizards in the world. So cool. We also caught these guys. This is a flying snake.
Did you know that it doesn't have wings?
It does not have wings.
You know why?
Why?
Didn't have a Red Bull today.
That's exactly right. Oh, look at that. A dainty butterfly flew right on my hand.
Isn't that adorable?
Dāv Kaufman's Butterfly Adventures, coming soon.
All right, so 3 days in the wilderness down in Kangkor-Chan, man, that was awesome. We found a lot of stuff, but this is our last night in Bangkok. Look at this hotel I booked us into. Holy crap, look at this. There's a nice restaurant over there, something over there. Look at these trees in here. And there's a bar with ice cream, free popcorn over there. I haven't even been to our rooms yet, but this is way too nice for the likes of us. Adam is already upstairs in his room, probably sitting in the jacuzzi right now. But man, we're all grungy and dirty and gross from being in the wilderness for 3 days, and yeah, this is way too nice for us. I feel a bit out of place here. So we're at the Bangkok airport, sadly. We have to say goodbye to Bangkok. This is my third trip here. Absolutely love it. There definitely will be a fourth trip, but we're hanging out at the airport lounge. Adam, what was your favorite thing about either Thailand or Bangkok? The whole trip.
Thailand or Bangkok. Well, one and the same, Dave, but Bali, I think. Probably.
Thailand or Bangkok, did I just say?
Yes.
Yeah, lovely. Good. I'm already jet lagged.
I would say that Bali was definitely the best part. It's a small little town vibe, and everything was warm, and I don't know, there was something to look at everywhere. It was really fun, and we got to see king cobras on nests, so what's not to love about that?
All right, first class. Look at this. We're not in first class.
We're not, Dave.
No, we're not.
No, we're at the back.
We're all the way back. We're in the nosebleeds all the way back there. All right, so we've got 14 hours to Los Angeles. You've got 5 hours home. I've got 3 hours home. So by this time next week, we'll be home.
It's 14 and a half hours, by the way, on this one.
14 and a half hours.
We don't take off another 30, so it's 15 hours plus 30 minutes to get off the plane. So 15 and a half hours we're going to be sitting in these seats.
But we are heading home. That's the end of the trip. But there's more coming.
What's coming?
I don't know. Something.
I'm not even alive anymore.
I'll make something up.
Bye, Dave.
Bye, Adam. And then after 40 hours of travel, I'm right back where I started from just 3 weeks ago. Oh man, I'm gonna say hi to the family, get in the shower, and sleep for 2 days. And then I'm gonna be right back because I've got to tell you guys something. All right, so it's a couple of days later. I'm a little bit more well-rested than I was when I got home, but I've looked at the footage, and I gotta say, this trip was one of the most incredible trips I've ever had. Traveling with Adam for the first time, man, that was spectacular. Adam and I are literally on the same page when it comes to our drive to film and create content for you guys. We have the same twisted sense of humor. We were like on the same page the entire time. It was an absolute pleasure to travel with him. There's going to be more travels with me and Adam coming up in 6 weeks, actually. We are leaving for Madagascar with Dion from Reptile, Mike Taitula, and a bunch of other guys. That is going to be an epic adventure. That's coming up in January. Videos will start from Madagascar shortly after that. But for this trip, we were with the Bali Reptile Rescue in Bali. And man, what a great group of people. They are so dedicated to reptile welfare in Bali that when we went out and found that first king cobra on the nest, we were out there because we were rescuing that snake. The farmer found it on his property, threatened to burn down his entire land to kill that snake. He was serious, so we wound up having to relocate that snake. But I looked at the footage and it's all so amazing. This entire king cobra adventure was so amazing that I think I'm going to maybe turn it into a king cobra movie. We'll see. We'll see. I have to work with the footage first, see how it all comes together. But I know that I have much more than should fit into a 20-minute video. So we're going to do something different with this. It could be a short film, could be an actual movie like the ball python movie. We're going to have to see how that all comes out. But having said that, something happened on our trip, and it was nothing short of a tragedy. It's really hard for me to put this into words, so I'm just going to. As we were boarding our flight from Los Angeles to Taipei, a guy came up to us, recognized us from YouTube, said that he was a fan of our channels. We got to talking, and he told me that he does the exact same thing on YouTube, but instead of reptiles, it's with corals. And so we got to talking, we took a selfie, and then we boarded the plane. I was going to find him sometime over the next 14-hour flight and talk with him, get to know him a little bit better. He seemed like a really cool guy. Well, about halfway over the Pacific, we heard a commotion in the galley. Something crashed to the floor, and then we heard the flight attendant scream, and we basically were dead asleep, and we were awoken to the sound, and I thought that, she had spilled some hot coffee on herself until they immediately drew the curtain. We could see a man's feet sticking out of the curtain as he laid on the ground of the galley, and then they made an announcement saying, "Are there any medical personnel on board? We have an emergency." And a couple of people scrambled to this man's side and tried to resuscitate him. We were sitting in the exit row, and all of this happened literally 3 feet in front of us in the galley. And we couldn't see anything because the curtain was drawn, but we did see them trying to revive this man who had collapsed, and he didn't make it. He died somewhere over the Pacific, right there on the plane, 3 feet in front of us. So as we got off the plane in Taipei, we had to scramble to our connecting flight to get to Bangkok, and it wasn't until the next morning that we found out that the person who collapsed on the flight and ultimately died was Jake Adams, a very popular and beloved coral YouTuber. He was the guy who came up to us as we were boarding our plane in Los Angeles, and we didn't know until the next morning that it was him. It's now surreal to think that the selfie that we took together was the last picture that Jake took. And a lot of you out there watching this, you may know who Jake is. You may be coral fish enthusiasts and have watched his YouTube videos before. And again, we helplessly watched him die 3 feet in front of us on that plane. When we found out that it was him, I reached out to some mutual friend of ours and got his wife's phone number, texted her, asked her permission for us to call, because I know that when this happens, the airline tells you nothing. They just tell you that your loved one died, here's the information on how to get their body back home. So we figured that we were the only ones who really knew what exactly happened. So while we were in Bangkok, we called his wife and we had an hour-long conversation and we told her everything. And hopefully that gave his wife and his family some closure in knowing exactly what happened. They don't have to spend the rest of their lives not knowing exactly what happened to Jake. It was one of the most difficult phone calls that we've had to make, but I felt that it was something that we had to do. But Jake, man, you seemed like a really cool guy. And I really wish that I had gotten to know you better. Anyway, talking about that, and then going back to talking about our trip, I don't know, it just seems so unfair. But I'll just quickly end by saying that as you guys are watching this, I am at the NARBC Expo in St. Louis. That video is coming up next. The videos from Bali and Thailand will begin the week after, so hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an upload from Bali or Thailand. And guys, until the next reptile adventure, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.